Hey there everyone, you're welcome to Network Pips. So in our previous video, we containerized our Node.js application with all the files and the dependencies that application requires to run using a Docker file, and we're able to run that container image, that image as a container and access it publicly from a web browser. So in this class, what we're going to do in this class is that this image that we created, which is conduit UI latest tag, we're going to push this image to a remote container repository where we can pull this image from anywhere and run it as a container. So I'm going to head on to Docker Hub. You can go to hub.docker.com to create a container, an account with them where you can push your images. So if you don't have an account with them, you can click on sign up. You register with your email address, username, and password, and they will send you a confirmation email. Follow these steps to create an account with them. So I already have an account with them. I'm just going to click sign in and type in my password. Then to sign me in, I have to type my password correctly for it to sign in. So yeah, so I'm signing to my account and you can see all my repositories I currently have. So one thing you're going to notice in this with this my repositories is that some are being made public while some are private. In fact, only one is private. So this is one of the limitation when it comes to a free account in Docker Hub. You can only have one private repository while others will be public. Now, for an organization standard, this account will not be recommended because obviously all your images should be made private. So you can either upgrade to premium, or you can make use of Amazon AWS Elastic Container Registry or Azure Container Registry as well. Now, another thing you are going to notice in this guy is that we have a namespace here. All my repositories have been prefaced with this name Chikamado. So this is a namespace unique to me. This is how Docker, why when I'm pushing from my local system to Docker Hub, this is how Docker knows that the image I'm pushing is going to store it to my namespace. It's going to attach it to my namespace. So all the images you can see, they are all having this namespace here, Chikamado. And if I want to create a new repository now for the application that we want to push, I click here, create repository, and I'm going to give it, let me say I want to give it conduit, and you can see it's going to use this namespace. It's going to ask me to choose namespace. I have more than one. Then it's going to preface it like chikamalo/conduit. You understand? Then it's going to ask me, do I want to make it public or private? You can see I can't make it private again because I already have one private email repository, so I can't have more than one. So I'm not going to create this repository. I'm going to show you how you can tag your image with your namespace and push it to Docker Hub, and Docker will automatically knows the namespace. The namespace is going to push that image to and create a repository for you automatically. So that's what we are going to do. So I'm going to go to my local system. You can see I'm just having a conduit UI here. So I'm going to do sudo docker. I'm going to tag which image do I want to tag. I want to tag this conduit UI image. Then I want to push it to Chikamalo slash conduit. I'm now typing the image name I want to store it as on the remote repository side UI. Then I'm going to give the tag latest. Now this latest doesn't matter because the default tag name is latest actually, but I'm still just going to add it here just for old fashioned way. So I'm just going to add it latest. Everything is all good. I'm going to hit enter and my image has been tagged, ready to be pushed to the remote repository. So if I do sudo docker images. So I should see my tagged image, Chikamalo slash conduit UI. Notice that it didn't build the image for me, it just tagged it and ready to be pushed to the remote repository. Now, if I want to push it, I'm going to use sudo docker push, then Chikamalo, specify the tagged image, conduit UI. Notice it's going to tell me access denied because this my the Docker does not have the credentials to log into my remote Docker account. Just like the way we did in GitHub, we have to log in first before we can be able to do push any image to or any code changes to your repository. So that's how it's also in container repositories as well. You have to log in first before you can push anything to that repository. So I'm going to do that using docker login command. I have to spell login correctly. So docker login command is going to ask me what is my username and password. I'm going to type my username. So you can either type your email address or you type your username. I'm going to type my username. I'm going to type my password. Yeah. Then the login is succeeded and I'm ready to push this guy. Now I'm going to use the up arrow to bring up my previous command, and if I hit enter, you should be able to start pushing my my images to the remote repository. So notice how like I told you in previous class that Docker images container images are made up of layers of images. Notice how it have pushed some of these images and it's now remaining only this one. So all of them have been pushed, and the size of this image is this, and the tag is the test. So if I go to this my Docker Hub account now, you can see it here until I refresh, and you should be able to see it now. So you can see it conduit UI. This is my repository pushed a few seconds ago. If I click on this guy, you should see my image here. Look at it. So let's click on it and you can see all the commands that we ran the other time, you can see just like we wrote it the other time. So now that's it. Let's see how we can pull down this image from another environment. So let me say I go to my AWS account. I've already set up a dev instance I'm going to use to demonstrate this. I'm going to copy this IP address of this dev instance. I'm going to go back to my terminal, exit, then going to remove this guy, and I paste. It's still the same Ubuntu but different machine. I'm using the same Penky file. I've already set up this environment. I've already installed Docker as well. So I'm going to do sudo docker images to show you that this container has no image yet installed on it. So there is no image pull down on this guy. So I'm going to do sudo docker pull. I'm going to pull this image, the image that is on my remote repository now to my to this particular workstation. So I'm going to do Chikamalo. Then remember the tag name conduit UI. So I'm going to put in sudo docker pull Chikamalo conduit UI. So report does not exist. So I think I'm missing something. Oh, I forgot to type the I here. So that's why it's denying me. So you can see the image is already has started pulling, because I know that image is actually public. So anybody can pull it if you type this particular name correctly. Had it been is a private image, I need to do Docker login first for me to be able to pull down this image. So if I do sudo Docker images here, I should see my container image here. You can see the size. So but this this is still just an image, it's not running as a container yet. So we're going to run this guy as a container and access it from a web browser, and to make sure that our theory is working very fine. So Docker PS, I'm going to do Docker run, then dash. I want to run it as a detached mode. Then I want to specify the name of this container, which is, I want to give it conduit. Then I want to, the port, we already know the port is 5556. Then 5556 container port, I want to give the external port 5556 and the container port, which is 5556. Then I want to run this container. I want to run this conduit, then dash UI. Now I have to prefix this guy Chickamalo, just to be more specific. Chickamalo slash conduit UI. Then it's going to run my container. And if I do sudo docker ps, you should see my container running already. Now if I go to my web browser now and I copy this guy, this IP address again, go to this security group, make sure that 5556 is allowed to the public. Let me search it, 5556. So you can see it's allowed to the public. So if I come here, I do http, then slash slash colon slash slash, paste it, then colon 5556. Let's see if everything works fine. You should open it, then yeah, here we have it, conduit UI. So I just like how we saw it on the last class, I'm able to um, push this image to my remote container repository and put it down from a different environment and run this container. You can see how easy it is for me to do this. So imagine how we did it manually in the previous video, doing npm install, npm start, and all this kind of stuff, the dependencies and all those kind of stuff. Solving, we are able to eliminate that dependency issue. Understand? Because each time you do npm install, it might not really, it might pick a different version, because remember, it always has the tag latest. So it might not really pick that specific version that you picked when you did it in the previous environment. It might pick a different version, and your application might end up not running fine. So but with this container image, we're able to ensure consistency in any environment that we put it or run this container on. So that will bring us to the end of this class. I would like you to like my video and subscribe to my channel if you find this informative. And if you have any question, please drop it on the comment section. I will respond to you. See you in my next video.